Today was an interesting day. I had a member in my house who a couple weeks ago she switched from a weekly pay to a bi-weekly pay date, and she thought that she was going to buy herself an extra week in between paying her dues. And what she didn't realize was the mechanics of how our billing cycle works was that it caused her to have to prepay for 2 weeks, which essentially was 3 weeks of money out of her pocket. And the way our system works, you can only change your bill date once a month. And that ended up leading to her accruing multiple weeks of a $25 late charge because she was continuing to pay on a weekly basis because she could. Um, and she didn't realize that the mistake she made was that she didn't understand our pay cycle. So she got in touch with me, and that's where I do my best thinking. And she ended up saying, explaining to me what happened because I noticed that she was falling behind. And she called and asked for my help to get it or her bill cycle corrected. So I called somebody in our customer service team, and they did a really good job helping us walk her through. And now she's back on the correct um, weekly rate cycle, so that she can pay is because it's aligned with her paycheck. And essentially, I had to waive 4 weeks of late fees, which is essentially $100. Um, and customer service had to work some magic to give her a zero balance so that she can change her pay date and then reapply the balance afterwards. But it was the right thing to do for the customer, even though it was more complicated. But it was the right thing to do. She felt super appreciative because we were working with her, um, and it was just a solution to a problem. Okay, so fast forward a couple hours, I get a phone call from the same member that says my sink is backing up in my bathroom. Um, just want to let you know. And I said, all right, I'm sending a plumber. Called the plumber. He's not going to get there till late tomorrow. And so I went down there, stopped by Home Depot, and got a little snake thing and tried to fix it myself. I couldn't. So I had to explain that got to wait for the plumber to come tomorrow. But while I was there, had a conversation with the other members. A couple people were not cleaning behind themselves, so I had to have a conversation with them to just kind of remind them that others, um, they're not there to clean up behind them, and it was taken well. But one of the things that was interesting was during our house meeting, one of our members asked, "Hey, tell me about the business, about PadSplit." And so I spent the moment and kind of explained to her, what our business model is and what I do as an investor. And she, asked and knew a little bit about wholesaling. So she asked me about the buy box. And from there, she took it upon herself to start looking through Zillow and looking for properties, that would fit the buy box that we had talked about. And it was freaking awesome. Like she understood that, there's ways in real estate to make money, even if you have really no money to start. And wholesaling is one of the ways to do it. And she understood the business opportunity. And she's an entrepreneur. She's got a wonderful story, but she's a hustler and an entrepreneur, and she looks for opportunities. So she sat me down and she's like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And started scrolling through this like long list of notes and addresses and bedroom and bathroom count, and we started looking through them. First property she pulled up ended up being in a townhouse, and I was like, had to kind of explain backwards into why townhouses didn't work for us, and it just tightened her um, her buy box that she was looking for properties for to wholesale to me or any other investor I would hook up with. But it was pretty amazing, because she got it really quickly, and it dawned on me as I do these videos around like helping people and teaching people, the good bulk of the people that are following me on social are my kids' friends. They were the first ones I asked. I was like, yo, go get me some followers. So I've got a whole collection of people that are under 22 years old. And the interesting part about what we're doing, I have some kids that are in college and they don't know what they want to do. And then here's a woman that lives in one of the rooms in my PadSplit, and she gets it, right? She gets it that it's an opportunity. She's done her research on YouTube. She kind of went down that path that most all new investors do. But she jumped at it, and God bless a messy action taker. Like in the whole world that we live in, especially in the real estate world, there's so many people that are doing so much research, but hesitant to take action. And then you have all of these other people who are, producing content and living a life, and all they talk about is the action that they take. And that is the big differentiator. And, I'm trying to live that as well. Is like, I truly do believe that if you start, if you can say to yourself, I do, therefore I am, that's really kind of the way I'm starting to look at things for this year. Is that, like, just do it once and then identify as that. And then all of a sudden that removes some of the barriers that, people face when they're like afraid to take that first step, is because, oh, I'm not really that person yet. Well, you're not until you do. Like, think about all the stupid things in your life that you didn't know how to do until you tried it. You didn't know what it tasted like until you ate it. You didn't know, what it would feel like till you did it. And then those little wins in your past should, you know, it should encourage and reconfirm that you can just do things. And that's the coolest part about today, was that, like, this young lady, Ashley, she's booked some time on my calendar. She literally wants to go through the underwriting, the same things that I'm teaching all these other investors. She's diving in to learn. I can't wait to close my first deal with Ashley, and then get her started in her real estate journey.